Well, it's springtime here in the Northeast, and that means man's thoughts turn to love and motorcycles, or his love of motorcycles. Now, it's not quite sure why men love so much to have a large engine in between their legs on two wheels riding 100 miles down the highway, but all across the area, men are pulling out their motorcycles from a long hibernation, waking them up from their slumber and getting them ready for that first ride. That is not the case with this motorcycle. She has been sitting for a little more than just the winter. The battery is dead, gas tank is full of bad gas, carburetor is filled with bad gas, so it just needs a general quick tune-up, and ideally, this motorcycle will be on the road pleasing someone for this summer. So, without further ado, we will get into rebuilding this carburetor, cleaning the gas tank, and hopefully taking this thing for a well-deserved run that it hasn't had in about 2 years. So while I've got the battery on charge, we'll see what is behind this air filter to get this carburetor off. And we get a look at the inside here. Air filter is pretty clean, so no issues with that. I do smell some of the bad gas with the air filter off now. so I've got the carburetor all cleaned up. That took quite a bit of time because all the new gas and the ethanol, it turned all green on the inside with a bunch of gum. So I know it's got some bad gas in the tank here. It's not terrible, but it's not great. So now that I have the carburetor off, I'm going to take the opportunity to drain the rest of the gas out. Maybe. So I know there's gas in there, but I'm curious as to why none is coming out. So I think I know why gas isn't coming out. I believe on the back side is this little vacuum operated valve. So you got the main valve, and I think you have this vacuum operated valve. So when there's no vacuum coming from the bike running, it won't let fuel through. So I think if I take this off, this cover off, and press the valve, I'll either take the cover off and have a big gas mess everywhere, or I'll be able to get gas to flow out through the supply line. Aha, yep, so I was right. So this is a little vacuum actuated valve here. And when the engine is cranking or turning over, it pulls a vacuum to suck this little plunger in and allow gas to flow through, I believe. So now that that's off, I should be able to put my finger over here and get gas. Well, it came out on my finger. So why is it not coming out of the hose? Unless the hose is plugged. Which is entirely possible as long as, yeah. Yep, so I was right about the valve, but I'm guessing the hose is plugged. So we'll just get a little air through there and see if we can't open it. That also means we're gonna need a funnel because this is gonna make a giant gas mess everywhere. Even when I do get even if I do get this line open, it'll still cause gas to flow everywhere. Alright, so that line is clear. Funnel. There we go, now we can let gas flow. Now we wait. Alright, so we've got the tank drained, no more gas in it. Carburetor is installed, air cleaner is installed. I would like to start it up tonight, but I can't do that. Number one, I don't have any gas. Number two, she ain't got no Earl in her. So, from my reading online, I think that tank takes about 3 quarts. It's just about empty. There's only a little bit at the very bottom. So I'll have to go pick up some oil and pick up some gas, and in the meantime we'll just let that battery sit for a little and marinate, and we'll hopefully start this in the next couple days. Alright, so we've got some fresh high octane go-go juice in the tank here. We've sauced up the engine with some Mobil 1 20W50 V-twin. Battery has been tending all night and it says it should be good. I think it's time to see if this baby will light off. Let's have a go. Interesting. It's helpful if I turn the fuel on first. Idiot. Now it should do something. I think I forgot to mention as well, this motorcycle has the Screaming Eagle kit on it, so it's new heads, new ignition system, new pipes, so it's probably gonna be pretty loud. But it started to crack off, you could hear it. Let's try it again. Almost. Not sure why it's not wanting to go. We got a fuel leak, that's not good. I wonder where that leak's coming from. It's leaking out of this little accelerator, or this little pump thing. That's not what you want to hear when you got a half tank gas in, although it did seem like it wanted to run. Let's see what we got going on here. Of course, this is going to be more difficult now that the fuel line is back on. Ah, darn, that's still too long. I can't get to it well enough the way it is to see if it's tight, or if I pinched pinch something in there. Well, this is unfortunate because it is leaking pretty bad. I have to do something with it. Guess I'm taking the fuel line off again. So it looks like there's a little bit of goo on the front surface of this and on the sealing surface. So just give it a little clean, or pull the whole thing apart. That was not what I intended on doing, but I suppose it's not the worst thing. Just make sure that this is all clean so that sealing. I think it was leaking between where this plate goes and this plate, opposed to in the against the valve. Looks like maybe the rubber's a little eaten from the gas. I don't think these are directional as far as up and down, so I think what I can do is this part was on the bottom. It appears I should be able to flip it around up to the top. If it still leaks, I'll have to order a new one of those little rubber valves. All right, let's give this another go. Fuel on. That time it was leaking from the connection to the top of the tank. Suppose I did not have it tight enough. I don't know, that's pretty tight. So I do need to order a new one of those little rubber things. It has gone bad from sitting, so won't be starting it today, which is unfortunate. So I'll get on ordering one of those. All right, so that diaphragm fuel valve is replaced. So let's see if this thing will start now. So I don't know what happened, but initially there was no oil in this. I started up and it was too much oil. So maybe it didn't need the oil I put in it, but I've made a mess. Now I have to clean it up.
Well, there you have it. This Harley is back on the road after a couple of years being in hibernation, and I'd say it's pretty happy with being back on the road. I hope you guys liked this video, and if you did, please consider liking and subscribing. I really appreciate it. It doesn't cost you anything, and it really helps me out. Thanks for watching.